My name's Karen Batty. I'm a housing officer for Kirklees Neighbourhood Housing. The estate I manage is Shaw Cross. It's a semi-rural estate and it takes quite a lot of keeping up to because of the high expectation of the residents on the estate. But you feel constantly under pressure to make sure that the estate looks good and that the people are living here happily and getting on with their lives.
My name's Prim Mumford. I'm a housing officer and I manage the Ashworth and West Town estates at Dewsbury. We're actually at Ashworth Lodge Community Centre, and this morning they've got the coffee morning, and it's an opportunity for all the tenants and residents to get together, have a little bit of a natter, and it gives them the chance to come and talk to me about sort of any concerns that they might have on the estate or anything that they need some help with regards to the tenancy.
Quite often tenants ask me, what do you do? And I usually sort of say anything and everything to do with your tenancy or the area that you live in.
And I deal with lots and lots of different types of issues, right down from sort of dirty gardens to child protection issues. And each day is so different.
The first time a new resident on the estate would meet me would be at the new tenancy visit, and that's generally around about 2-3 weeks after they've signed for the tenancy, and that's basically a get to know you session really. Check that they're okay, they've moved into the property, but also make sure that everything's working in the property and that they're happy and settled.
I give them the telephone number for repairs, and I give them the telephone number for bulky items of rubbish and bins. And on the reverse of the card is my mobile, and I say anything other than that or more complicated than that you can ring me for.
I can walk down the estate now and I'll get stopped by quite a few people because they recognise my face and know me, because some tenants you deal with quite constantly, and others you might only meet them once at a new tenancy visit. They don't need anything else and it might be another 6 months before you speak to them.
We do quarterly estate inspections, and I work very closely with the Tenant and Residents Association, and we meet and we have a walk around the estate and pull together a plan of how to get things sorted for them. And that can be just like litter on the streets up to major repairs if we see a roof tile that's moved or some guttering that's hanging off. It's a variety of things that we're looking at.
The key to a good housing officer, it's about building relationships with our tenants and residents. And that takes time. That really does take a lot of time.
We're quite often the first person to realise that there's a social problem. So we've got to see our jobs as not looking at the symptoms but looking at the causes. What you have to do is ask and think sideways and see round the processes, because the problems that people say we have to watch out for, like child protection, like domestic violence, like drugs and alcohol, needles, things like that, they don't come to you in a phone call. So there's all these things that you have to look for. Things come to you in disguise.
People can access support through me. I work very closely with a lot of agencies, but we do a lot of support ourselves, calling in regular if there's a vulnerable tenant. For instance, I've got a young lad that's just moved onto the estate who is severely autistic, and he's got masses of support in place that are coming in on a daily basis. But I call in once a week just to say hi and really